All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast. I'm your host, Joey, and for episode 140, we're talking All Quiet on the Western Front. All Quiet on the Western Front was directed by Edward Berger, with a screenplay by Edward Berger, Ian Stokell, and Leslie Patterson, based on All Quiet on the Western Front by Eric Maria Remarque. I'm saying Berger, I don't give a shit. Cinematography by James Friend. I love that name. Edited by Sven Boldman. Music by Volker Bertelmann. Production company was Amusement Park, distributed by Netflix, with release dates of September 12th, 2022 at TIFF and October 28th, 2022 on Netflix, and a runtime of 147 minutes. All Quiet on the Western Front had a budget of $20 million and brought in no money because it is a Netflix-owned property. All Quiet on the Western Front has a 90% on the tomato meter with 152 reviews and a 90% on the audience score with 2,500 plus ratings. Oh no, there it is. All Quiet on the Western Front has a 76 Metascore with 36 critic reviews and a 7.9 audience score with 160 ratings. But the only people whose opinions matter are ours, and you're getting 10 minutes of spoiler-free starting now. This movie sucked.
This movie was kind of brutal.
Kind of brutal?
I mean, it's an anti-war film, which is a different perspective, from a lot of war movies we've seen before. A lot of it's a little more glorified.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually what war would be like, which is
yeah.
I like that because I feel like in the thing that kept coming to mind is the Jake Gyllenhaal Guy Ritchie movie, which that glorifies war. They're gonna make Jake Gyllenhaal look so fucking cool in that movie, and it's like, bro, he's going to be murdering actual live human beings. That's not cool, man.
I think this movie does a good job of adding
the Covenant.
The situations, though. It's interesting, too, because you see, I don't like it also makes you feel kind of almost bad for, the characters. We're seeing the journey perspective.
Yeah.
But, it's I understand that some of them were just kids. So, they were, it was all propaganda. And it was, they didn't know any better, and they were just thrown in there. So, yes. But there also was the top brass that 100% knew what they were doing and 100% believed in the cause. So you do feel bad for the young soldiers, but it's also hey, you probably shouldn't have, drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but when you're 17,
who shouldn't have drank the Kool-Aid?
You were doing some stupid shit, too, at 17.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to not say that you wouldn't do the same in a sense, because it's you're everyone's telling you you're gonna be a hero. Everyone's telling you you're fighting for the right cause.
And all your friends are doing it.
Yeah.
Well, if your friends jumped off a bridge, Eric, would you?
If it meant glory,
absolutely not. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm the least.
You don't want to be the only
fuck
left in town, just twiddling your thumbs.
It'll be me and all the broads. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, girls?
And getting all the bread.
Yeah, hell
they're gonna be too busy sewing, dude.
Too busy sewing. Yeah, I mean that's true.
A lot of these characters look the same though. I made it a little.
I had the same problem, dude. I was like,
are we racist towards white people? Because we have a hard time discerning white people, bro. It's so hard.
It is something about us, huh? So the two guys with the mustaches. One was the original guy that brought them in that was in the truck, right? And the other one was that guy that was in the trench. And then later on, they're both there. Or because the two guys with the mustache, I couldn't tell who was who and at what point who was.
We have Paul Baumer, who is our main character. Then his friends Albert Kropp, Franz Mueller, and Ludwig Brehm. And then they end up meeting a guy named Stanislaus Kaczynski.
Just Cat.
One?
So Cat is the one that they meet. Who's the older guy?
He was on the shitter, right?
Yeah, the guy in the trenches that they first meet, though, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say, James?
They meet him, and that's the guy they meet in the trenches at first, right?
I think so.
Because later on, he's the one that can't read, and
yes, he is illiterate as shit.
Yeah. Because he's the one with the foggy eye, right?
No. Cat is not the one with the foggy eye.
Oh, see, now I'm lost.
Different guy is
That's,
the one with the
that
foggy eye.
was
Foggy eye. I love that. That's how we're describing it.
I mean,
I
that's
don't
what
know
they
who
call
that is.
like a blind eye. It's like a foggy eye.
Yeah, he got cataracts on the shit.
Yeah, he does. I think he just got stabbed in the eye.
Yeah, definitely
But-
that.
But like those two characters having a hard time, and then they're just also too like it's dark, it's gray, it's rainy.
They're covered in
They're-
mud.
Yeah, they're carrying mud. They're all wearing the same exact outfits. Like I can distinguish the characters later on in the movie like better, but then it's just like so much of it's set up in this. Like I mean, this is a trench warfare movie. That's what a lot of these movies are based on World War One.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
anytime they're in the trenches, it's so hard to follow like who is who.
You don't even know. I mean, and
My main character, I had a hard time.
it lends credence too to like the fact that it's like, bro, you're basically just fighting someone who could be your fucking brother
boy.
because you all look the same. How the fuck
Yeah.
you know that dude's French other than the fact that he's wearing a blue hat? Fuck what? That's so stupid. I mean,
and there's moments in the film where I'm like, did they attack the right people? Like,
dude, I thought about that
Bro,
so
I
much.
had one. Yeah, I had one instance where I was like, "Wait, was that his boy?"
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he
yeah.
just killed his boy.
so we're all probably thinking of the same moment in the
Yeah.
in the water like hole type area, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way it develops, I'm like, was that one of the mustache boys?
Oh no, that'd have been wild.
Yeah.
So-
But I also think it's just him personally coming, like him developing as like a, like wait, this is we shouldn't be doing this.
So, like,
he
yes,
took a long
there-
time to figure that out though.
But there's a lot of it where like in these type of movies in general, like it's seen as I'm seeing like this, faceless enemy. And it's until you have to actually see the face of the people, then it hits you where it's like, oh man, this is actually like human versus human, not just me versus monster. That's why they try to like dehumanize the other people a lot of times in war.
Yeah. I mean, and that I feel like is a hallmark of a good anti-war movie is that scene, right? Because if you
Mhm.
fuck that scene up, it's gonna make it almost kind of silly, you know?
Yeah.
Because every other war movie you've ever seen, it's like, hell yeah, kill the Nazis! I want you to skin them alive.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, these are human beings. And like you said, right, watching it from the point of view of the bad guys, and you're like, bro, I kind of feel bad for this kid because that's all he is a kid. You know,
It's so refreshing to see it from the side of the Germans, dude. Like,
yeah,
we
I'm
need
sure
more of
you
this.
think it is real refreshing, huh?
The thing too though is like when they set the movie up, they set you up to be like, oh hey, you should feel this way about these characters. Like I think they do a good job of being like, hey, you should understand that these characters are in this state of mind.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
They're not in a state of mind of the way you almost portrayed as like, oh, these people knew what they were doing the whole time. They signed up for this. They knew this. But in this movie, it's just like, no, they really like were just kids. Like they might as well have been at a pep rally. Like
No shit. Yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah, they're like 16 years old,
Bro,
I
and
don't
they
know.
didn't even get a Camaro out the deal. Like that's
No.
trash.
Shit.
No Challenger, nothing. But I mean, like that. I'd be interested though, because I mean, I'm huge anti-war already. I didn't need to see this movie to be like,
Yeah.
war's kind of bad, huh? That's kind of crazy. Like, I'd be interested to see people or to hear from people whose opinions were changed after seeing a movie like this, where they're like, what? You're telling me all the Nazis weren't really bad people? It's like, yeah, not everybody is gonna be the worst scumfuck bastard. Some people were just got swept up in emotions, you know.
But there's a lot of people that do like believe that like notion because it's just like
It's all the
just
propaganda.
don't join.
Yeah.
Like just don't join. Just don't do it. Like if they, it's just like well, it's not that simple. Like we even see throughout the movie when people try to not do what they're told. Like what makes you think it'd be any
Yeah.
different from them? Like and also too like people like to relate things to like America and it's just like just because America wouldn't do certain things like doesn't mean other countries wouldn't do like things.
But that's not even to say that America wouldn't do it. It's just that just because you've never heard about America doing these really fucking awfully terrible things,
Yeah.
like invading whole ass countries for their oil. Just because you don't think about it that way doesn't mean that we're the bad guys. Like we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan because we thought they had weapons of mass destruction,
Yeah.
bro. We're the bad guys. We're the bad guys for 20 whole fucking years, you know? And it is people who would have gotten swept up in the same shit that these kids got swept up in. It's just a pro-war propaganda, and sure,
Yeah, it's always under the guise of democracy. We're liberating them.
right?
I
Yeah,
mean, the thing is, though, like the history books are written by the winners, like, and that's why through America's perspective, like we 2-0. We win the World War.
Hey,
we're undefeated in wars. Yeah, okay, that's why
Yeah.
Vietnam was a conflict.
Yeah,
Yeah, we really
And, I mean,
won that one.
I mean, that's why a lot of them are like that. That's why in Syria and Africa they don't consider them wars because, like, there's just certain things that America says, like, oh, if it's an actual war, we go and we add assistance.
Yeah. Look, if it was real serious shit, we would have been winning it. But this is child play.
Yeah.
Never mind Operation Desert Storm. No. That was an operation,
But like,
I mean, they just bombed the shit out of them for 4 days and called it a day.
Yeah. Oh well, job well done, boys.
Yeah.
But like, and we'll talk about it more in spoilers. Like, you see people talking about like these men get to die with honor, bro. Then why the fuck aren't you out there dying with honor? Your bitch ass is sitting in this cart eating some fucking escargot, some chicken liver.
Some stale ass fucking bread.
I like seeing those characters though because like they're that is said too, like it's like we don't have that much time to spoil.
I was gonna say 10 seconds. We could follow it up in spoilers. We'll take a mental note that we're still talking about filthy aristocrats making decisions with the lives of peons.
But
17-year-olds.
What you can do is choose to listen to our recommendations on All Quiet on the Western Front. In 3, 2, 1. I don't know. Because the more we talk about it, I'm sure at the end...
Can we do a middle one?
We've never done it before. It's unprecedented, to be honest with you.
But 2 middles make a positive.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna take the middle road.
I got a thumbs down.
So
James has a thumbs up.
1 thumbs down, 1 thumbs up. I'm giving it a maybe. Maybe with 20 more minutes of spoilers, maybe I'll give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'll give a solid answer at the end of it, what I think about it. But what you can do is go ahead and click the button in the top right-hand corner for our spoiler full thoughts on All Quiet on the Western Front. And while you're doing that, you put it in the background. I know you got YouTube Premium. Go ahead and follow all of our socials up in the top bar. Follow our TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Go to the Linktree for anything else we might have. We might have an OnlyFans for Eric's feet. But you won't know until you go ahead and spread your toes and then bring them together to smash that subscribe button and then fan them out again to hit the notification bell for all notifications. Because let me tell you, James makes some baller ass shorts. And if you're missing them, you're missing out on some really good shorts. But yeah, don't miss out on any more of our content. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.